Ian.
What's up everyone, this is Ryan here, and today we have Mike and we have Andy with us to cover CG Market Watch. We want to cover a very important article that was published a few days ago, which is Xi Jinping being very pro blockchain. He's already put that out there, especially for China, and also what will be the impact and implications for projects going forward. Now, I think Xi Jinping is a very influential individual in China, obviously being he's the PM, right? He's the PM, and indefinitely as well.
Yeah, indefinitely.
Okay, and at the same time, being that he has already mentioned that it's going to be pro blockchain, China is going to be a leader in the space. I think that is definitely going to be a catalyst. So, what do you think, Andy?
Yeah, I mean, he's very influential and in the space as well. But somehow I always feel that China don't do things that's unplanned for. It could be planned for. And like we read the news about how South Korean government is also legalizing ICO in Korea. So I always wonder, and I was talking to Ryan just a moment ago, how news are always coordinated, right? The bad news and the good news. So I'm wondering, hey, what is this news about? But yeah, so that's my point.
So which was the bad news that's coordinated?
Nah.
I mean, sometimes it's just like countries banning ICOs simultaneously.
Yeah, individuals.
It happened last year.
Yeah.
Right, and then suddenly this year it seems to be it's like coordinated where Korea is legalizing ICOs and China is pro blockchain, right? So it's just a matter of when the news actually hits the market, because right now I think there's a lot of softness in the market still, right? There is a certain level of uncertainty, but having said that, I think we have to take it as a positive, and hopefully in the next in the months to come, maybe a quarter to maybe 2 quarters, this finally trickles down. So right now I think there are a few projects that we can highlight. So especially, this is not financial advice, it's just basically our recommendation, but at the end of the day, please do your own research. So the very first project that we probably want to talk about is VeChain, right? I think VeChain has a lot of solid partnerships that have been coming out of late, and these projects are, for example, VeChain has this proof of authority consensus mechanism, and what we understand is that it is a private blockchain that's catered to supply chain management, IoT, Internet of Things, and I think last but not least, it is into luxury goods as well, right? So what I read was the BMW partnership and what's the other partnership?
It's actually Renault though.
Renault? Oh, sorry.
Renault,
so it's not BMW, it's Renault?
Yeah.
Okay, Renault.
And it has a technical BMW? Oh, okay, we have
BMW.
Okay,
so it's, I think VeChain has a lot cut out for it. I'm very surprised that they have so many solid partnerships. The other one was a little bit of a mouthful. It was called the International Intelligent Manufacturing training exhibition. I think that was more of a partnership of them being showcased on a regular basis. So I wouldn't consider that. I guess that is a good medium for them to continuously be able to showcase their products and services and whatnot. But I think the more important partnerships are the existing solutions that they're providing these various companies. So what do you think about VeChain and Thor? I mean, what are your thoughts?
No, I mean, the other thing that we need to mention is that why are we talking about VeChain right now is because it already has some government support.
That's right, the government support, which is regards to Xi Jinping's being pro blockchain.
And it's like it's a blockchain partner of the city of Gui'an, selected being the main main partner for that country, for that city. So I think that's quite significant because the government is really looking into it. So the other thing about VAN is that it's going through a rebranding into VeChain Thor, which is called VAT. So some of the exchanges will be catching on that and rebranding as well. Of course, we really do know that the mainnet is launching at the end of June.
Yes.
So in terms of price analysis and technical wise, mainnet launches means there will be a slight hype, and then after that
it may happen, right? I think everyone was trading the consensus hype.
Yeah.
I think CG did make a very strong call prior to consensus, and it did move.
Yeah.
Right. That was a very good call. But other than that, during consensus and after consensus, as you can see, the market didn't really react at all.
Yeah.
Right. In fact, BTC is now lower than it was by $1,000.
Well, Yeah, sorry. The other
Yeah.
thing I want to mention about Ben is that after the rebranding, it's gonna have the same model as Neo. Like Neo has Neo and Gas, right? VeChain is gonna do the same thing. It's gonna be called VET, which is the main token, and then Thor will then be the Gas model like Neo. Yeah, so it has a lot to pay for. If you're holding on to VET, you may also get Thor. It all depends on how they'll declare the bonuses, how they want to declare that. And proof of authority also meant that there will be 101 authority master nodes, right? That supports the whole network. So, but also that comes with disadvantages. I was just talking to Ryan. What if there's a hack? What if 51% of it's taken out? And what if because of Ben's ambition, they want to be broad-based, looking into liquor, they're looking into baby powder, they're looking into luxury products. What if their business development team or the apps cannot catch up in time? Cannot catch up with the development. So that's one of the concerns.
That's where the new partnership comes into play with Oxford. It's helping them on the tech side.
And that's why, and we're talking about the coding, right? Why do you think they take why do they spend so much?
Like they spend half of their money on their coding, and then people criticize them saying, why are you spending so much? And then now you look at EOS and all the big glitches they have, and then you think, actually, maybe it's a good idea to check technology before we push it out to everyone.
Yeah, I mean, why wouldn't you not spend on
because you spend
coding?
on marketing, man.
Yeah,
spend it on marketing.
But they don't need it. It seems that they don't need it. Apparently, they have very strong. Apparently, Sunny Lu is also the co-founder of BitSay, which was also at that time a little bit of a controversy involving Qtum as well, or at least Patrick Dye directly. Yeah. So, but let's not go too much into that, but more into the fact that right now, Qtum is one of those projects that is also going to be benefiting from.
I could say a posture.
Yes, from this as well, right? Okay, so Qtum has, I think, a lot going on for it at the moment. However, from a price action perspective, yes, it is not doing very well. In fact, not good at all. But I want to highlight these 10 points that Patrick Dye himself has highlighted. So the first one is they are the first working POS smart contract platform with 7,000 nodes over 56 countries. That shows that they are working on the decentralization element. Not only that, their current TPS is 70 to 100, right? While Bitcoin is 3 to 5, Ethereum is 15 to 20. So they have definitely a faster TPS, right? It's compatible with the EVM. That means all Ethereum contracts can easily run on Qtum network with cheaper gas and higher transactions per second. Point number 4, it's based on the UTXO model, different from the account model. In UTXO, you can process the transaction parallel in terms of parallel. So one transaction you can send to 1,000 addresses. Okay, that's a good thing. They also have the DGP, or the decentralized governance protocol, meaning that if there's a decision that needs to be made on the main network, it doesn't have to fork. Okay, so that's a good thing. They are also having real working dApps on Qtum like Bodhi, Inc. Right, and at the same time also they have the Space Chain project. Right, these are the things, and they are working on the x86 virtual machine that can support C, C++, Rust to write smart contracts in the Qtum ecosystem. Number 7, the Qtum X version, right, will be a block time of 10 seconds. That means that it can support more than 1,000 transactions per second. So same thing using it's an enterprise solution or enterprise version. Then the next thing is Qtum is one of the most decentralized and most secure blockchain, and is the third largest blockchain node network, while Bitcoin has 13,000 nodes and Ethereum has 20,000. So that's already been highlighted. Now Qtum is also planning to implement the stable and secure wallet solution. They currently have the Qtum Core Qt wallet, which is what you use if you're already someone who is staking on the Qtum blockchain, and the wallet which will support the Qtum and Qtum staking and the QRC20 token. Okay, they also have the Electrum wallet version as well. Ledger also supports it. Okay, the last but not least, they want to be the leaders in this space, all right, and they are putting in maximum effort for marketing this probably in the next 6 months or so. Right, they have not been focusing much on marketing because they have really been focusing more on the development. So these are probably the 10 things that you want to probably take note of, especially if you are interested in the Qtum project, right? And at the same time, I think most of us are also looking forward to the future announcements of partnerships. They've already been partnered with Powerfirm and 360 already at this point in time.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
So now that you're done cheating, let's
Yes.
get back to the news.
Get back to news. So,
Okay, so
I think
last
the
token.
last token is Huobi. I think all three of us, I think we have also shared this with our viewers that Huobi has been a force to be reckoned with, especially in the exchange as an exchange platform.
Yeah.
They used to be one of the biggest, I think biggest in China. Number one in China.
In fact, yeah.
But because of the ban, right, they had to move their operations offshore. Right, right now I think in Singapore they already been doing a lot of work. Recently they had a very big event in Vietnam, and they're moving to various countries, Korea, so on and so forth, and establishing their footprint globally. So I think Mike, you probably have some insights on Huobi, right?
I like everything about it except for the fact that it doesn't have stop loss.
Yes.
Okay, so when I tried to put an order, I clicked wrongly and then just sold at the market price. I wanted to put it at a lower price to stop. I just sold everything on the spot for me.
Sure. That's like probably one of those very important features that as a trader, I think it's good to have. Okay, to be very honest, I think having a stop loss is important.
Especially when you want to sleep
Yes.
at night. You start a trade, right, you cannot sleep.
Wait, so
Yes.
is that a reason why you have less than 1 BTC?
I didn't make a loss,
Right.
I just didn't get a profit.
Oh,
I
okay.
basically bought it, I put a stop loss, so I bought it and I sold it at like
Right.
almost the same time.
Okay, but what about from a business standpoint? I think is there something that that I think everyone can agree that Huobi is really doing quite well from a marketing standpoint. They're really putting a lot of efforts to not only that be compliant, but they are also having a very good system of integrating projects into the platform. So far, which aspects of this integration do you like?
I like their headaches. Instead of you having to pay like a giant listing fee like every other exchange, your community actually does get to say what they want to put inside. All the companies who try and get listed are also incentivized, so they have to put up their own stake as well. Then if they flop, then this stake is returned back to the people who voted for them. So it kind of like motivates you to create a good project, and it lets the community decide if it's good enough to be listed on the exchange. So if it is, it's put on the headaches. If it gets overwhelming response, it's put on the Huobi exchange. I mean, it's a good way to start listening to your decentralized communities.
Yeah, I agree. And for the token, I think you have a very strong understanding of the token economy.
Yep.
Maybe you want to highlight a little bit about that.
Okay, I think the key thing here is that I've been telling a lot to the Premier Group is that what is Binance doing, or what is Huobi? What is Binance doing that Huobi cannot replicate? Right? So I mean, if you compare the two, the business model in a sense, Binance is really B2C, right? It's to the plats, for example, right? Everyone's asking when is Binance listing, when is Binance listing? Why? Because they want liquidity. But at the end of the day, Binance is just B2C, right? It gives privileges for owning BNB. You have half, 50% of the fees you pay. Okay, it's fair. But take a look at Huobi and what it's trying to do, right? It's global influence, footprint all around the world. You know, it's opened up in Brazil just today. It just ended in convention in Vietnam and things like that. It's expanding widely. You have OTC markets. It's B2B, and you know businesses want to go to Huobi just to get either listed or certain business partnerships with Huobi. But you can't really do it in Binance. And you think about where is Binance being based on now, right? Where is it based in? Like,
It's moving a lot.
It's moving, being routed all the time.
correct. So I'm just talking on that basis of B2C versus B2B. I am pro B2B, and I'm just talking about the value of the token itself. I mean, Binance just went up. It's like $14 today, okay, and Huobi is $3.90. Just saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you're also saying it's undervalued.
Legal stuff, you see.
Yeah.
So when they get into a country, they make an effort to
Be compliant.
with every country.
Get rooted there.
Binance just like kind of like, oh, you don't like me, I'll move to the next spot. It's okay.
That's true. That's true. I think being compliant, especially as an exchange, and also apparently, right, as a user, we have insurance, right? There's a certain amount of insurance that in the event that there was something that were to happen to the account or whatever, I think there's a minimum that Huobi will cover because they do have reserves. I think also the voting mechanism, the integration of incubating certain projects, or at least giving them a little bit of marketing coverage for Huobi is important. Especially if I'm an exchange, right? Also, if I was going to be a project that wants to be listed on an exchange, I think I would love all the help I can get, especially to kind of give the members not only a chance to trade my token, but I want them to know more about my token. And And I think being that Huobi always does these live AMAs with these projects is an important factor.
Yep.
The next thing I think we need to highlight is that there are also, especially if you're interested in being a representative for Huobi, you can be a representative. I think they have the Huobi Knights program, where if you're someone who's very enthusiastic about the cryptocurrency and blockchain space, Huobi has these rounds of, not rounds, but more of a program to kind of let you be one of their ambassadors, as per se, the Huobi Knights program. So if you're very interested in blockchain, and they are always having events, right? And if you are a approved Huobi Knight, they will invite you to these programs, integrate you into the whole blockchain space. You get a chance to talk to the CEO, CTO, CFOs of all these projects, and just be very involved as a community ambassador or evangelist. Yeah, so with that being said, that brings us to the end of our episode. These are the three picks that we would like to go into for June. And we are still pro on China being the catalyst for this space, together of course with South Korea lifting the ban and Xi Jinping's very positive sentiment. With that being said, thank you for watching CG Market Watch.
Thank you guys.